everybody, and welcome to our release live. As you can see, I have the fabulous Tasnim with me today to go through the new products in the June release. Before we get into that, I do want to do a bit of housekeeping. Mitzi will be behind the badge doing the moderating today, so thank you very much, Mitzi, for being there. She will try and add in all of the links as we quickly move through the products, but we do have all of the products listed on our website, so go check them out. We do have an Instagram hop, a video blog hop, which started yesterday. So if you want any more inspiration on these products, please check that out. Our designers and guest designers really outdid themselves with these, and we really want you to go and check out those products. If you do share the stream, you are in with a chance of winning a $15 gift certificate to the Altenew store. Once that's now complete, I can breathe and we can introduce the fabulous Tasnim. It's been a while.
I know. Thanks for having me, Lydia. I'm excited to craft today.
I know, and your place looks very bright. I think I need to get some more lights because you are glimmering in
the lights are on me.
you have on there. So this release is more of our summer release. I don't think it's our summer release. I think it's our pre-summer release. So do you have any kind of themes that kind of ran through this as you were designing these?
Yeah, as you mentioned, mostly summer themes, fresh and vibrant colors and fun things. A little bit of tropical vibe. So we did add some fruits and some tropical flora. So yeah, I want to say, fresh and fun.
Yeah, I've just looked at the comments and we have some happy birthday greetings for you, Tasnim. We do want to thank you, everyone that has joined us in today. And I can see Mariam is behind us as well. So thank you, everyone, for joining. And thank you, everyone, for liking and sharing. All right. Thank you. Right. So I will pop my camera down and we can take a look at the release. Me and Tasnim are both going to talk through this. We hope we don't over talk each other, but I'm sure we won't, because I tend to just over talk and Tasnim just puts in her little interjections when she needs to. So I am going to move you down. It does take a couple of clicks, but look how quick we are there. So first up, we have our project kit. This is our Craft Your Life Literary Blooms. So this one is fabulous. So we do have 4 coordinating products in here that you can mix and match with each other to create many different designs. So Tasnim, what was the kind of theory behind having the fabulous flowers popping out of these books?
It was kind of like something that's coming out of a literary library. I think we're thinking about the vintage library and, let's do some books and flowers popping out of it. Kind of similar to our Sacred Garden theme, if you think about it. And we have the extra flowers. So if you don't want to use the book in your projects, you can use the other flower and it's the same image. So you can use the same stencil to color either the flower with the book or the flower by itself.
I love the sentiments on here as well because they're really quite large. So it means that you can use them on the front of your card if you really wanted like a statement sentiment, but you can also use them on the inside if you're really struggling with your kind of greetings. So that one there is our Literary Blooms Craft Your Life project kit. Next up, we have our Build a Garden. Now this is so pretty. So this is the Branching Roses. We also have an add-on die set for this one. When you originally get the subscription, you will get the 6x8 stamp set as well as the 5 simple coloring stencil set. This is so pretty. I am loving this large image. I think this would work great if you were making 2-for-1 cards, when you kind of have them over 2 panels, and then you're going to be able to create lots of cards in one go.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
The reason I mention is like this one is the stencil is a different size than your usual 6x6. They're 4.5x8, and as you can see, the stamp image is like a taller image, so the stencil kind of works really nice with it.
I love these size stencils, and they also, because of the size that they are, they're going to fit directly in that same packaging if you try to add all of your things in one packet. Also, the add-on die set is available if you don't like fussy cutting, but I know that everyone really loves fussy cutting and they just hide it, really.
I love fussy cutting too.
I love it. Right, next up we have the Japanese anemone layering die set. As always, our Builder Flower has the fabulous keyhole system, which is going to make it super easy. Oh, yes, sorry. Crafted Flower, it's super easy to pop this together. So we have tons of blooms in this one. So we have 4 different open blooms and then also 3 different budded blooms. So that means each of the different flowers that we have there do have a different keyhole in the center of the flower. So you're going to be able to kind of pop those together. Layering guide is on the back, as always, so you can quickly and easily pop these together. Now, this is so pretty. I love the fact that the leaves in this one are a little bit different. So if you wanted to kind of really zhuzh up a different floral cluster that you have, you could pop these in as well.
Just want to say the stems in this one, as you can see, all 3 of them has a little bud at the end, but you can also use them as something that's behind to support your flowers. So you can use them both as a bud or a stem to your flower.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think of that. So thank you. Yeah, so you can definitely add that on as just a usual stem. I would have just used it as it suggests on the back. So thank you, Tasnim, for reminding us that you can stretch your supplies just by thinking about them a little bit differently. So that one is the Japanese anemone. Next up, we have something a little bit fruity. This is the Dynamic Duo Fruitful Fun. So as always with our Dynamic Duos, you get 2 6x6 stencils and a 3x4 stamp set. The hero product in this is really that stencil set. And then the details you're going to add with the stamp set. We do also have an add-on die set for this. So if you wanted to create many different fruits, but then put them into a different arrangement, it's easily done with that die set. The sentiments in these are so cute as well. I do love a punny sentiment. So the one that it says, our friendship is the zest, I think I'll probably use that one more often than the other ones, just using this set. It's so cute. All right, so we do hope that you're going to have fun with that. And that one is very summery, I think. And
I think it's perfect. I can't wait to try that out.
It's so pretty. And I do have some samples of this one because I did the create and craft shows and this was actually on. So you can definitely use all of the colors. But if you wanted to go a little bit more subtle, you can monochrome it. And I think it looks very stylish too.
That's amazing. Love that.
Different ideas for that one. Last up in our kind of marvelous monthly series is the super cute Zero Waste. I call it Pop Puree, but I'm probably not saying it posh enough. How do you say it?
Say that again?
I say Pop Puree, but when I was on the Create and Craft shows, they were saying potpourri. And I think that I've got it wrong.
I think you know that better than me, Lydia.
Yeah, so I'm really not sure on this one, but it's so super cute. So you're going to get one stamp, which is going to stamp all of those beautiful flowers, leaves, little dots. And I'm trying to do it on my hand when it's much easier to do it on the packaging. And then we also get some little layering things in here so you can add some color to that and the sentiment. But what makes this a zero waste is the fabulous little Zero Waste die. This is so super cute. Have you tried this one yet, Tasnim?
Not yet. I want to.
Oh, it's so sweet. So our Zero Waste have been so popular. So we did decide to kind of try it out on a really tiny size. We are sure that you are going to love the size of this. Potpourri. Yeah, sorry, Tracy. I'm still probably gonna say potpourri. My 9 is that's how she pronounced it, and I've just grew up with it. So I do have a couple of different samples with this one. I could have pulled out more samples from before, but you can color the in. You can use it just to create a monochrome design. I also have, here we go. You can just use that background as well. So
you use that twice, Lydia? The same die, you cut it twice, correct?
Yeah, so all I did is I drew a line in the center and then I just put the die up to that line and then butt it up again. And that was it.
Looks amazing. Wow.
And what you can do as well is you can obviously stamp the images, then color them in and then die cut them. And then you've got those images to use as little wreaths, as little little things, but they are
Get
super
so
cute.
much out of this cute little stamp and die, right? It's amazing.
It is so cute. And I know that you guys at home are really going to get a lot of use out of that one. All right. There's still more. This one. I love a flamingo. I love all things tropical. I think it's because we live in a place where we don't really get much tropical stuff. So the fact that I can create my own tropical island on my cards is a big pull for me. So this is the flowers and flamingo. Is there anything that you want to explicitly pick out on this one?
As you said, I love the flamingo, and it's funny. I just a while ago I was thinking like what I want to use to color these images. So I don't know. I was debating between alcohol markers or watercolor, and what would you do?
The watercolor would be so dreamy,
right?
Oh, definitely have some like really bright blues behind it to make all those flowers pop. But these hibiscus are my favorite. So just having a couple of those dropping from the top of your cards would be stunning.
Amazing, yes.
Playful flowers. Now, this was designed to go with one of our other products. Do you want to talk through that one, Tasnim?
The acrylic paint markers. So I want to design simple flowers that you don't necessarily need to add a lot of layers for it to look great. So these flowers are designed so if you just color it in one color, plain, it would still look nice. As you can see on the die insert, and most of these flowers are colored just in one plain color. I did add a little dot effect to some of the flowers, but it's really just simple coloring, and I wanted to experiment how I can design some products that would go nicely with the acrylic paint markers. But having said that, you can also use anything else to color them. You can use alcohol markers, you can use pencils. You can also not color them because the lines are quite thick that it's nice when you just stamp it and die cut it and just kind of pop it over some maybe colorful background or some textured background. So I do that a lot of times also. You can kind of add the color in the background and have the focal piece be just...
Oh, that would be so pretty, especially if you emboss them in gold.
Oh, that'd be nice.
And then have a black background.
Another thing I like to do is stamp it, color it, and then kind of go over the outline with a gold pen. I think that kind of looks cool.
Oh, that would be beautiful. I also think because we have such a large kind of petal on here, if people are practicing with their watercolor techniques, this might be a good one to go for because we do have those large petals to kind of practice on. Same goes with artist markers as well. That would be a great one to play with. All right. Next up, we have the Calming Koi. Now, this one was originally in one of our retreats. So if you have seen cards with these on the internet and you wanted to know where they were from, they're from here. We have them. And this is the Calming Koi. So we have two different fish in there. We do have the layering guide on the back. And then a little bit different, we have a little stamp set which adds details to a die set, which I don't think we've done much of, but it's a kind of cute idea to bring that through. So let's move that one over to the side. Press plates. These have been so popular. And this one, I have to say, foils like a dream. I do have it over here. And I know that I told Mariam about it, but I didn't show her. But you can see the amazing detail that you're going to get with the foiling. So I have that over to the side. I may use a simple coloring stencil today. So as you can see, we have the press plates. We have that large image of the apples, some apple blossom, leaves, and a branch, and then numerous separate sentiments. So that's a great one there. We also have the simple coloring stencil set, which is going to color in the image. We do have the layering guide within the packaging because we don't want to leave you guys without a layering guide. And we also have the die set, which is going to cut around the image, the large sentiments. And I also love that we have a strip in here. So for the thinner sentiments, instead of trying to have to get your knife out or get your trimmer out, you just need your die cut machine because it's already out, right? And you're just going to cut that strip out, which is fab. So do we have anything?
All the sentiments, so I can just trim them on the sides based on the sentiment. Yeah.
It's so good. And I love where it says, I absolutely love you. Aww. I love a punny sentiment. You can't go away. I love it so much. So yeah, that's the apple blossom at press plates. And I know that that one's going to be very, very popular. Another one is the modern leaf background. So this one is a beautiful background. This will cover the front of an A2 card base. As you can see, I have a card base here, and that covered the front perfectly. So this one, again, is foiled, so you can see just how beautiful the detail is on that one. As well as the press plate, you're also going to get, well, you also can get the layering stencil, which is going to color in the leaves and also the branches. Now, you don't necessarily need to use these together. You can use them separately. So if you don't have either a foiling machine or a better press system, you can still get the stencil and get a beautiful background on your cards. It is very, very pretty. Okay. All right. Trying to hurry up a little bit because we've done 20 minutes nearly and we haven't done anything. So I want to get into a little bit of crafting. All right, last better press that we have is the Sunshine Greetings. In here we have 2 half suns and some beautiful sentiments in here that give a sunny, funny theme to your projects. You can use these in your better press system, and the half suns do foil perfectly as well, just those 2 pieces there. These ones are great for adding some fun summary sentiments to your journals as well. You can definitely use them in there. Don't think that you just need to use them for card making.
It would be really great to use that sun behind the flamingo. They're really cute. Right? Some water, sun behind.
Yes, that would be such a good call. That would make a beautiful design. Say you were just going to do a little tiny panel and then you watercolored the water stencil in the front and then just the sun at the top. Yeah. All right. Sunkissed Blooms. This is a beautiful 3D embossing folder. Mine is very dirty. I am sorry, everyone. I did use some black ink. But if you did the same as me and you get a little bit of muck on here, all you need to use is the Stamp Clean from Altenew, and that will get the obsidian pigment ink completely off your embossing folder. I just haven't got around to giving it a good old clean. It's my fault. I was being lazy. So as well as that, we also have the simple coloring stencil set, which is going to color that in. A lot of people really love how we create these stencils that color in the embossing folders. Do you have anything to kind of say on that one?
I love that too. You know, I think just texture is amazing, but once you color it in, it looks even more amazing. So yeah. And it took us a while, I remember, to get that right. So I think it's a process, but there's actually a little tricky when you need to get the sizing just right. But we try our best to kind of like match the sizing of the stencil and the embossing folder. So if ever happens that, you know, sometimes you think like it's not matching, just, you know, move it around a little bit and it should work.
Yeah, there is a science to making the stencils fit an embossing folder. You wouldn't think it. You would think, oh, we just put everything in together and it all comes out perfectly. That's not the case at times. So just play around with it and we're sure that it's going to fit. It does get tested on our end quite a few times. Yeah. Right. Last 3D embossing folder is the Botanical Honeycomb, and we also have the simple coloring stencil set for this one. This would make a fabulous background either if you just use one or the other, or if you use them together.
Yeah. And just one last thing about the stencils that match the embossing folder. One cool thing is that the stencils also work on their own. So if you don't get the embossing folder, and you can still use the stencil to create the same beautiful image, just using just the stencil. So it's kind of cool that you can, you know, get 2 different kinds of projects out of these products.
One of the things that I really love about these new stencils that we're doing, I mean, they're not new, but the new thing that we're doing is adding the name of the stencil set onto the stencil. Because if anyone is like me and we use all of our stencils at once, we leave them in a pile at the side, then when we wash them in the sink, we have to really eyeball which one's going to go with which. But the fact that we've got the name on there, it's caught my eye.
Right, so that helps me just know which one is which. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah,
it's so confused. Even though I designed them myself, I would be like, which one was what? And I'm like, if I'm confused, I can't imagine what someone buying them would like think about them. So we try our best to put as many guides as possible. You know, letters, numbers, lines, and yeah, naming them is one of them, definitely.
Yeah, it's fabulous. It's cut down on my put away time for sure, just having the names on there. Next up is a water builder stencil. It's been a while since we've done a standalone stencil.
Yeah.
And I think this one is actually really, really popular. So with this one, even though it's just one image, you're going to ink and twist it. And then you're going to be able to create, this just reminds me of holiday. You know, you call it vacation. So, this one reminds me of vacation when you go to a pool and you can see all the like water ripples on the top.
Yeah. Have you tried this one yet, Lydia?
Yes, I have, and it works perfectly.
Do you flip it or do you rotate it when you?
I rotated it because that meant I didn't have to clean off the ink.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have used it.
Wow, that looks amazing.
The water stencil is fabulous. Fabulous. All right, so we're so close to checking out all the products. I'm just going to quickly run through these so we can kind of do them in batches now. So we have some new hot foils. We have the rose gold, light copper, ivory black, and champagne. So we have a warm, I'm going to say a warm light gold with the champagne. We have a rose gold, which is very pinky. And then we also have a it's a copper, but it's lighter than like a copper pot, but it is a very pretty color. And then we had ivory black. Now I was talking about this and someone said, isn't that an oxymoron with the ivory black? And I was like, oh yeah, here it is. But I think it makes it more original. So if you do love your black colors and you like to have that kind of embossed look with your foiling, this may be the kind of collection that you want to go for. So the three that we have here in the front are very mirror. This one I would say is more matte, but it is still classed as a mirror because we have that shine on it. All right. We do also have some more gem sparkles.
Yes.
I'm stretching over. All right. So we have some beautiful pinks, which is the pink tourmaline collection. We have some beautiful blues from the London Topaz. And then for the black onyx, we have a full sheet of black. And these are opaque. So they still shine because they have that many facets on it. You can see just how sparkly these are. But you're not going to get that kind of glass effect with these. These are more opaque. All right. Last but not least, we have new colors of inks. Okay, I'm going to bring this in. I mean, you know what our inks looks like. So we're just going to talk through these quickly. So we have the Blush Berry Bliss. Now, this is quite hard to say really quickly. So if you say it 5 times, you will get tongue-tied. In that collection, we have the Strawberry, Dusty Pink, Blush Rose, and Raspberry Sunset. In the Sun-Kissed Delights, we have the Peachy Glow, Golden Honeycomb, Amber Blaze, Melted Butterscotch. And then in the Jade Dreams, we have the Pistachio, Misty Sage, Mossy Meadow, and Green Opal. What I do want to point out in this collection is we do have a couple of older inks that we have in the crisp inks, but these are the first time that we have them in the fresh. And we have, in fact, added them into color families. So before, we had the strawberry and pistachio, which were part of the Frosted Delights set. So these are really
Delights, correct? I think
Frozen Delights. Yes, thank you, Tasnim. So these are really, really light inks. So these would actually fit in with most of the kind of pinks and the greens that you have, just to add in a different layer, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Very light. They're very light colors. So
yeah, and it's really hard to get ink so light when you're matching these. So it's good job that we've got them in here. Then we also have the Green Opal, which was actually part of a previous set in the crisp inks.
Yeah.
Completely new in the fresh inks.
Yeah.
From the jewel tones. The only one that we have originally released in this round circular pad is the Dusty Pink. So if you did want this collection of the Blush Berry Bliss and you didn't want to kind of double up on the ink colors, you would just not buy your second one. That's all I want to say. But if you are buying them from scratch, these are all new collections. And the Strawberry, Pistachio, and Green Opal, even though they have been in the crisp inks, this is the first time they're in the fresh inks. As well as all of those beautiful inks, we do have the kind of organizational systems for this, for the circle inks, blending tools, and also the cubes. Done. All right.
Are you ready to craft?
Yeah, we can craft now. I'm sorry I got you to wait so long. So if you want to flip your screen over, we can get into crafting.
I'm going to move over. Oh, there.
Tracy, is there a reason why so many colors have the same words in the name, please? So like the bliss, maybe? I don't know. Rose is one that we kind of use often. But yeah. Are the cubes? Yes, Nancy, we have these in the cubes, the rounds, and also re-inkers as well. So as for the strawberry and the pistachio and the green opal, if you mean why we've named them again, it's because we have them in the crisp inks already, and these are the same colors that we're transferring over to the round inks. So hopefully that makes sense. All right.
So Lydia, which product are you going to use today?
I am actually going to go in with the apple because I already foiled this and I really wanted to play around with it.
Nice.
So just look how pretty that is. It is fabulous. What did you choose to play around with?
So I was debating between the craft the flower and the build a garden.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to do build a garden because I feel like I haven't stamped in a long time. So I've been doing like lots of die cutting and stenciling. Well, mostly die cutting actually, but I want to do the stamp and stencil this image and maybe create a 1-layer card, which I haven't also done in a while.
Yeah. Okay. So we did get a request from the lovely Sue to see the water builder. So I will quickly do that as well, but I just need to go and grab some blue ink. So
that's a good idea. If there's something that someone wants me to use it, that I can do that also.
Yeah, I mean, we can just do it and then show it, but then I'll go back onto my apple because that was my plan. Right. Let's just grab a panel. And I have to say, I don't know where I would be without my sticky mat anymore.
My sticky mat is so dirty. Oh my goodness. I inked over it, so it's kind of stained, but
does it look like this?
Oh, not that much ink.
It just means
it smells like super sticky also.
Oh yeah, I just give it a wipe with my chamois and it's perfectly good to go.
I was like, why is it so sticky all of a sudden? Because I haven't washed it in a long time, so I think it was quite dusty. And after I had inked it, I washed it, and then it became very sticky again.
I love this, and I love the fact because I love the purple tape that we have. You know, our satin masking tape. And when I used that to put stencils down, I felt I was wasting it. And I don't feel like that anymore because I use it for normal masking, like masking out borders, which I love to do. But when I was just using it normally, I was like, it's a bit of a waste. You debating where to put it, Tasnim? I think we may have lost a Tasnim. Okay. Well, I will keep going until we get the fabulous Tasnim back. So what I have is the water builder stencil. And what I've done is I've just added my panel onto my sticky mat. And then I've added the stencil over the top. If Tasnim can hear me, just rejoin on the same link and then we can get you added back on. Hopefully everything's okay on your end. If not, we will keep going. I'll just move that off the side so we can take a closer look at what's happening here. Now, this is so easy to use. This is the mountain mist that I'm going to be using. I'm also going to be using one of the mini blending tools. All right, and all I'm going to do is I'm gently adding that through. If you did feel that this was a little bit too delicate, I know I've seen one of those comments on the side that this is a bit delicate. What you can do is you can use some spray, but I would just recommend just doing it really gently, just kind of a whisper across the top of the stencil. So I'm just going to kind of add that to the center of the card. I'm not going to go all the way around the edges on this one. And I feel with this one, because we do have that delicate lines, the less ink, the better when you're doing this, because you don't want that ink to kind of sneak under that stencil. So a little bit less ink than you think you're going to want to. And then, yes, Vicky, I'll carefully do it, but I didn't. But yeah, no, this one is really quite sturdy. And then once I've had it this way, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to twist that stencil and pop it back down over, and then just stick that down to the sticky mat. So you can flip it over if you want to, but because I'm me and I really don't want to clean, I don't want to clean, I am just gonna twist the stencil, and you could twist this as many times as you wanted. Now, also, don't necessarily think that this just has to be water. What you can do is you can use this as kind of giraffe print, I think. So if you were to have a yellow background, I think I need to do it now, but if you were to have a yellow background and then add on some brown spots, I think it would look very giraffe-y. I think this is definitely going to fall into people's baskets. Okay, I'm just going to see if everything's okay with Tasnim. Okay. And just gonna get back. Sorry, everyone. Just did a little bit of typing. Hopefully everything is still okay. So once I have done that, I'm going to lift that up, and you can see that water. If I have done the second layer a little bit darker, which I should have, you're going to really get that watery feel on there. But yes, you could definitely do this as a stone. And then what you could do as well, it could be like cracked earth on a desert. That would be very pretty. So definitely don't think of this just as water. Really think outside the box. So I'm just going to quickly give that a little bit of a clean. And then I'm going to add down another panel. I have the golden honeycomb, so I'm going to use that as my yellow background. Yes, Alicia, I used a chamois to clean my stencils. Normally what I do is I leave them in a pile, and then I would wash them all in one go in the sink and then just leave them to dry. But as I wanted to use it again, all I've done is use the chamois and then just a dry cloth just to dry it off so I could use it quickly again. But normally I don't. Oh, it would make a great background for the prickly pear. Yes, like a desert cracked earth. Okay. So I'm going to pop that down. I'm just going to go and grab a brown because obviously I've only got my pinks, yellows, and greens out today. I do need a brown. All right. So I think mocha might be a really good way to do it. Alicia, I'm not sure. I didn't get one of the Swedish cloths, so I'm not sure. I'm sorry, but yeah, a chamois works really well. I'm gonna go in with mocha. Oh, thank you, Nancy. Me and my daughter got them done last week, so we're matching. All right, so let's go in with the marker. I always tap my ink off in the lid if I'm not sure how much ink I want on there. That way, if I wanted to reuse the ink, I can use it from the lid and I'm not wasting anything. All right, I'm thinking I might need to go a little bit darker. I'm not sure. Not sure. But I think that we have those fabulous gentle giraffe dyes in the store. And I think what you could do is do this and then cut out one of those gentle giraffe dyes. And I think it would look so cool. All right. I mean, it doesn't have to be the gentle giraffe dye. If you have giraffe dyes already in your stash as well, that would work too. All right, okay. Let's see. All right, okay. Look how cool that is. I'm sorry I got so excited and I did do that very high intake of breath, but I have to say, I really, really like the look of the giraffe print with that water builder stencil. So like I said, don't think of it just as water. Definitely play around with that. And I think that the amount of kind of excitement we've had from this stencil that I don't think it's going to be in the store for that long. So if you really want it, please make sure that you do pop it in your basket. All right, let's get on to the apple. So what I've done is I had the apple blossom press plates, and instead of using the Better Press system, I used my glimmer and I just used some foil. This was actually I've dropped things, the champagne foil. I don't know why that just left my mind, but it did. But yeah. Oh, Serena, a local baby zoo. Okay. So yeah, I am going to go in with the stencil. Sorry, when I'm reading the comments, I'm like, yeah, I'm really into this. And I'm like, I should be doing things. So sorry about that, everyone. I am going to be using the new colors that we had. Yeah, that background will look amazing with the giraffe set. If you want it, please make sure that you do go and pop that in your basket, though. I don't want to sound pushy, but I do think that it may go. It really may go. So I have my fabulous blossoming apple stencil here, and I'm just working out where to go with this one. So there we go. Seeing those leaves, and I've gone in with it. The greens that we have are perfect for adding green touches to your leaves. We have the green opal, which is really, really dark. This misty sage is beautiful. And we also have the pistachio and, the mossy meadow. So I'm going to go in with the misty sage first to cover over the leaves, and then I'm going to add a little bit of the mossy meadow. I know. Tasnim is trying to get back on, but we all know how temperamental technology can be. So hopefully we will be able to get it back in by the end. So at least we had the fabulous Tasnim at the start. So I'm just thankful that she was able to talk through the release with me. So this one is the Misty Sage, and I'm using one of the small blending tools to add the ink through the design. Just love how quick this is. To add in those darker tones, I am going to... Angelique, I'm trying my best not to at the minute, because it's just so easy to kind of grab the stencil and color in. And I think because I haven't done a lot of coloring at the minute, that I'm out of practice. So I did some watercoloring for a crafty corner, which is going to be coming out in a couple of weeks. And I didn't feel as comfortable with that as I normally would. So I do think that I need to get back into a little bit more practice of using, my coloring skills. Because if you don't use it, you lose it, right? And I used to love doing some watercolor, but it's been such a while. I don't know if anyone else is feeling the same as me, that even though these stencils are amazing, it is hard to kind of get out of your comfort zone with them. Hi, Tasnim.
Hey.
I scared you when you come back in.
Sorry about that, Lydia.
Sorry, I was waxing lyrical about the coloring stencils, but the fact that we've got these stencils now, it's hard for us to go back into the coloring. How do you feel?
I agree with you, but I'm gonna. That's why I was gonna challenge myself with the 2 stamp sets today. But maybe I should do that. Yeah. So we'll see. I'm sorry about freezing, and
we all know tech issues, and the gremlins, they sometimes just like to play with us. So
my laptop just turned off. So all of a sudden, and it was connected, everything, and then I was just fidgeting, and all of a sudden, a few minutes later, it just started on its own by itself. So I'm not sure what happened there. So let me grab the other stamp set that I designed for coloring, and I'll be back with my other view right here. So yes, I will stamp this and try to color with some markers.
Tasnim, on your OBS, can you rotate your screen that you're on at the minute?
Oh, yes. I forgot to do that.
Thank you. I remember when we didn't have this technology to rotate screens when we first did the lives. And we can go back to the lives that were about 5-6 years ago. And me and the girls had to do our projects upside down. So I actually got used to coloring things the wrong way around and stamping things upside down. Serena, I'm not joining the watercoloring class this month, but we do have the fabulous Sarah Simon teaching that. And she is going to be doing lots of fabulous, fabulous things with watercolors and some of her fabulously designed sets as well. Okay, so once I have my leaves in, and I've used 2 different kind of ink combinations to give the look that some of the leaves are darker than own color your favorite coloring mediums too. So really play around with watercolors. You can play around with your pencils as well. I think you're the right way around.
Yeah, I just sorry about that.
No worries. There we go.
Better?
Yes, okay. We're good. Thank you, Tasnim.
No worries.
You magically swapped us around though on the screen.
All right. Now I'm ready to craft. Your leaves look amazing. Oh my goodness.
Oh, thank you. And thank you, Anjali. Yeah, I mean, once you get back into the watercoloring, I think it comes back, but because we have these stencils, it's so much easier just to grab these out. All right. I'm going to pop in the branches now. I'm just going to use the same brown that I picked out before. So that's the mocha. This does need a little bit of wiggle.
So I'm going to use some gold ink to stamp.
That's going to be so pretty.
Mm-hmm. And if I decide to go over with the gold ink, I think it would look nice also. So,
Alicia, no, you don't. The stamps don't really stretch because they're high quality photopolymer. You shouldn't really get much stretches. And I didn't actually use a stencil with this. This was a foil plate. So it's just sometimes takes a little bit of a wiggle just to get it in the perfect position.
Oh, that looks nice. It is big. I forgot how big these images were.
It looks so pretty though. And like you said, if you colored the background, that would look fabulous.
Oh, yeah.
Or even mask that off and then do like an ombre ink blending around the back.
Oh, that would look amazing. Now I'm thinking, should I use alcohol markers or acrylic markers?
I don't know.
I think markers.
Yeah, I think both would work perfect though.
So this is the 24 cert acrylic marker. I have to think of colors that I want to use. Let me take this out of the stamp here now. I don't need that anymore. I naturally gravitate towards pink flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah, pinks, reds. The rose petal set, as you may know, one of my favorite colors. I'm gonna test these colors on the side just because I want to see what colors I want to use.
Tasnim, Nancy is asking how you can craft wearing white.
I thought about that. As I was putting this on, I felt like I need to be very careful not to get an ink on this.
I think she's taking a risk, Nancy. I'm sure it'll pay off.
I'm a little scared.
Did you forget that you were wearing white?
I just gotta be extra careful.
Oh, now that looks like a very juicy red apple. So that one was the raspberry sunset. And I'm wondering if I want to add a little bit of yellow in just to, I don't know, brighten it up a little. I always think that a little bit of yellow brightens anything up.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree. Even in my space, you know, if everything's looking dull and everything, if it's gloomy outside, the yellow and the green things in the room makes it prettier.
I think it definitely works, you know, on a card and you really want to brighten it up. So just get in like a yellow artist marker and just add in a couple of dots around the outside. I think that
I'm gonna make my flower centers yellow.
Yeah, I love it. So I am gonna do really light pink for my little blossom, but I don't want to add ink all the way over the petal. So I'm just gonna kind of concentrate it into the center.
Did you mix yellow and red for the apple?
Yeah, I added a bit of yellow on it.
Nice.
I can't help myself.
If I were to color this apple, I would color them probably like darker red after my favorite kind of apple, which is called Red Delicious apple.
Ooh.
Yeah. I love the name, and they're so delicious.
See, I normally go for the pink ladies.
Okay.
Yeah, they're crunchy. I like it. Oh, we have a piece here. I forgot to add of that apple over there. Sneaky.
I might be biased, but I think Syracuse apples are the best apples ever.
Yeah?
They're really good. I eat an apple every day, one apple every day. I think I've been doing that for the last 2-3 years. And
yeah.
People ask me, like, you don't get bored? I'm like, nope. I love my apples.
I love them too. Do you think the apples taste better if you cut them up?
I always cut them up, yes. I don't know if they're tasting better. I think they do, yes.
Yeah.
Do you cut them or do you just go?
Yeah, I always cut mine, and I think they taste better when they're cut up.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So, for anyone that is joining us, do you have a favorite of what we have released this time? Did anyone already put in an order? We're always interested to see what the first thing that you popped into your basket was. Even if you did a huge shop, what was the first thing that had to go in there? And why? Please tell us why.
What color are you using for the flowers? Pink?
I used dusty pink, and I've just added it right into the center and then kind of not done the tip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love the white space.
I love, especially on blossom, right? Because they always seem to be very soft and delicate. So that's why I kind of do it like that. Now this apple flesh has got to be a bit greener, I think. So the red delicious, does it have red flesh or green flesh?
Oh, it's more like white almost. It's very,
okay.
Yeah, it's very light color. Red flesh, did you say?
Yeah, I was wondering because I don't know if they might have been red.
No, the outside is like really dark red.
Okay.
Dark. Yeah.
But I know that I think there's a red one, unless I'm dreaming it. But I have dreamt things before.
Aren't most apples like almost white inside?
Yeah.
A little bit yellow inside.
I imagine a green tinge to mine. So I've gone for the pistachio because that's really light. So I think that'll...
Yeah, they can be slightly green, especially they're tart apples. I feel like they'll be a little...
Yeah.
I'm just imagining that. But
I think peachy glow would work too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that color. That's what the color I would...
Yeah, I should have gone with that one.
Yeah. My markers, I feel like they're almost dry. So recently I used them to color in like a huge piece, like on a cardboard. And I feel like they're kind of running out a little bit.
Okay. So Vicky said that schools in the US used to provide whole apples, but then they weren't eaten. So then the company came out with sliced apples, and then loads of people ate them.
Oh, wow. So maybe you're right, I guess.
Maybe they do taste better when they're cut. Carol's waiting to buy the square grid flip plate for her stamp wheel. We're sure you're going to love that. And I think it's so much easier to line up these sentiments on there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Tina got the water stencil.
Ooh.
Which I'm not surprised. Tasnim, you weren't here. We did something with the water stencil. So obviously we used it to make water, which is very pretty. But then we made giraffe print.
Oh, cool. So just one layer, right?
Yeah, it's cool. So yeah, we had to play around with that one. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like that's a very unique stencil. I haven't seen anything like that before.
No, it's so clever. And like we were talking of other ways that you can use it, like scorched earth, like the sand that you get in the desert.
Right, yeah.
Oh, I don't think just using it for water is the way people are going to go. I think they're going to create some really cool backgrounds with that.
Mm-hmm. If you could just do like random colors, I think it'd be really cool.
Yeah.
An abstract background also.
I think it's just so usable and so fun and different. I love it. All right. I have another layer. So this is just going to add
an apple inside. That looks really cool.
It looks cool. I think I should have gone with the peachy glow thinking about it. But you know what? We're here now. And I'm going to keep going. I'm going to add in all the little stems now. I think someone else wants to come and play. All right, so I'm just going to add in some darker color to those little stems that we have. It was technically already on my blending brush. I think that's a really dark green that I have on there. And I'm just going to add in the flower centers as well. Okay. I'm going to go in with the Amber Blaze just to add in like an orangey tone to those.
What are you going to do for the sentiment? Are you going to stamp it in or?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about a sentiment. I'm going to grab that from another set.
Are you thinking of stamping it in or layer it up?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to stamp it, I think. I was going to try and make this pop out a little bit more by using a light blue marker.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the dewdrops. And I'm just, instead of trying to color the whole piece, I'm just going to go around the image.
Oh.
And this is going to draw everything kind of upwards. And because we have that really light flower, it can easily get kind of sink into the background, right?
Which color are you using it again?
This is dewdrops, I believe.
Oh,
yeah, dewdrops. Okay. So even though it looks really dark here, it will dry lighter.
Mm-hmm. I tried coloring my leaf in pink, but not pink. But I was doing.
Yeah, but that's fine, right? As soon as you've done it in pink, that means it's just another petal.
No, I think what's cool about this is opaque paint, right?
Oh yeah.
You can just paint over it. Nothing to worry. You can't even tell it was pink once in a while.
Also, we have another class, a new class using the the acrylic markers, sorry everyone. And it shows you different kind of materials that you can use them on. So please check out Artistry by Altenew, and you're going to be able to get some more different ideas on that. If you have forgotten, we do have a sister brand, which is the Artistry by Altenew, and we do have another website for that. So if you have like an artist in the family and they want to look at more kind of arty things, you can go over there and you can see the same products that we have on Altenew with the coloring mediums, but they have different projects on there. So you're going to get more of the art kind of theme projects on there, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, we have some amazing arts.
Oh, the artist's work on there is fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
They just make my jaw drop. I'm like, yeah, I really wish I could draw and
got them in person, and oh my goodness, even though I've seen them all, just seeing them in front of me was like, wow, it was amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing what people can do with a piece of paper and some pens.
Yeah. Pens, pencils, markers.
Yeah. Anything they want to play with, they just make magic with it.
Yeah.
But they also do kind of lots of easy tutorials to show you how you can kind of create the same effects as they can, which is fabulous. Sharing knowledge all the time. Mm-hmm. All right.
Are you almost done?
Yeah, I'm going to add in my sentiment, but I'm going to try and stamp a hot foil plate because you know me. I'm going to try something that's not supposed to be done, but it's going to be fine. All right.
I'm trying to color really fast so I can finish it also.
It's all right. We're okay. We can go over a little. I'm sure people don't mind. But if you do need to go anywhere, anyone, you can catch the replay when this goes back live. Roberta, the fabulous Tasnim is with me today. I know. I'm so lucky to have her with me. All right, so I have my stamp plate. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to grab my Altenew glue because it is the most fabulous, versatile glue in the whole world. I'm just going to add that on the back of that, and I'm just going to place that as I would a stamp onto my stamping block. Hopefully this works. If it doesn't, we'll all see together, but we should be fine.
I'm going to stamp a sentiment on top of this to finish it off.
Tracy, I will take that comment to the team about adding the name of the artist to the reels, so please bear with us. All right, I'm going to stamp that down here. Okay, I do have that ultra sticky mat underneath me, so I have that kind of pressure under there, but yay, look. There you go, everyone. You can stamp with press plates. Just,
wow. Amazing.
We always try something a little bit different. All right. While Tasnim is finishing hers up, I did want to show you a kind of trick to add on the round ink pads. Now, the ink pads that we have, the sides do have a slight taper to them. So I find the best way to add these on is to kind of just stretch them a tiny bit while you're pulling them on. I do tend to start at the kind of little bottom bit that we have here. So the bit that you line up on your ink pads, that's where I usually start adding my sticker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that right onto that line. Then I'm going to hold that down with my finger and slightly pull the sticker and then draw that round. And that means you're not going to get as many kind of bumps in it. So once I'm at that point, I'm going to hold that down again, then pull and tease that round. And I find that this, just going bit by bit, means that I'm going to get a really kind of straight sticker on there with no bumps to be seen. So if you did need a little trick on how to put them on, that is the way that I found works best for me. Okay. All right, so I have my card project here. I did use the Blossoming Apple with the simple coloring stencil set, and then to make that image pop, I used a little marker around the outside, and then just to put a spanner in the works, I stamped with the Better Press plate over there. So if you really love these designs, but you don't have a foiling system or the Better Press system, you can in fact stamp with them if you really wanted to before you got the system, because I know as soon as you get these home, you're going to want more of them, and then you're going to actually have to invest in that machine as well.
That's really clever how you stamp with the press plate, Lydia. That's awesome.
Thanks to his name. All right. I am going to leave mine here as Tasnim is finishing up. So
I was just fiddling with my gold pen, but I don't really need to.
But yeah, that looks so pretty. And I love the kind of solid effect that you've got on there. It's been a while since we've kind of had that look, I think.
Yeah.
But that looks
a little bit of gem sparkles. We're going to give a little bit of sparkle.
Are they the pink tourmaline ones?
Yes. The lightest color in the pink tourmaline set. So I just added
yeah, I definitely should have grabbed them. Okay. Thanks for reminding me, though. I always forget to add embellishments. And I know that Mariam always adds the enamel dots, and I always forget. All right. I'm going to pop myself up. Do you mind doing the same, Tasnim, so we can say goodbye? All right. Tasnim was way quicker on that than I was. I love the fact that we swapped over halfway through. All right. Mariam's still there. Hi, Mariam. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you to the amazing Mitzi for popping in all of the links. We really do hope that we weren't too quick for you, but I know that you got them in anyway. Again, everyone, thank you so much for sharing and for spending time with us. It's goodbye from me and goodbye from Tasnim.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. And we will see you again very, very soon. Have a great weekend. And don't forget to craft your life. See you again very, very soon. Bye-bye.